Yeah, so let's roll, because you've got a sweet tart in your mouth. Dog Talk presented by Alabama Tractor, back for part 2 of Clint Thompson and David Murphree. Thank you guys for coming on. We've got a lot to talk about. We talked a lot in the previous episode about y'all's time here as players, as coaches. We're gonna finish off that conversation too, but we started getting into on part 1 about our rivalry with Springville and how historic that rivalry is. And it reminded me of this stat that not a lot of people know for some reason. I've lived here my entire life, and I didn't figure this out until about 3 years ago, and it kind of surprised me. But do y'all know how long a school has been operating in Asheville? Like the origins of Asheville High School. What year would y'all guess was the school established? The school that Asheville High School can basically trace its roots to.
Well, the town's, 1821, right?
18, yes.
So I would assume that it's at least after that, if not actually before. But I don't know, 1889.
1889. What's your guess?
1889.
What's with 1889? Is there
know.
that's just a guess? So I'm gonna just for context, I'm gonna tell y'all when the University of Alabama was
1898.
incorporated. All right.
1892.
The University of Alabama began operation in.
Football.
It was established in
1892.
1820, but it didn't take students until 1831. Okay. That's according to the university.
Hey guys, let's start a school. Okay, what do you want to do for the first 11 years? Nothing.
That's the University of Alabama. I'm not trying to throw any shade against the university, but that's just what this says right here.
Yeah.
According to ua.edu. That's. So anyway, the Auburn University, 1856, began in 1856 with the East Alabama Male College. Asheville High School can trace its roots back to the Asheville Academy, which began in 1831. So Asheville High School, through its many iterations, can trace its roots back to the same year that the University of Alabama was founded, which makes Asheville High School one of the longest operating and oldest public schools in the state of Alabama.
Wow.
And Asheville High School, in its current form, was founded in 1910, according to the town archives.
Okay.
So
cool.
Yeah. So when I found that out, and I found out like the history, I was like, wow. Oh, all right then. So hold on. How old does that make Asheville High School? What's the math?
2 years before the Titanic sank.
It was.
1910.
2023 minus 18, 30. Oh, I messed up.
It's 180 years old, right?
192 years old.
Okay.
So I'll be here when we pass 200.
Maybe.
The bicentennial.
Maybe.
Asheville High School will have a bicentennial. 2031 coming up strong, and we'll pass the 100th year. Hopefully, I'll see the 100th year of Asheville football. Asheville football started in 1952. So I wish we could find
2052.
Yeah.
All right then.
Yeah. What?
I mean, that's only 20 years away.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
30 years away. Excuse
Better
me.
start planning.
I got. I got to work till I'm dead. So,
Yeah, well. Don't we all?
Exactly. But
Better start rounding up phone numbers.
It won't be as such.
got to start right now.
Right.
We only got 30 years to plan this thing out.
Don't wait till 2 weeks before.
Why do you say that?
Was getting that reunion together, that 92 bunch.
That was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Hey,
I should have started like 2 weeks earlier.
What was it?
What
What
2
was
weeks.
I? You were the chairman of that committee.
Yeah, I was
what
chairman.
was I? Was I secretary?
I don't remember, secretary or something like that.
Rhonda Money was vice chairman.
Yeah, Rhonda. Thank goodness
Josh-
for Rhonda.
Josh Money?
Josh is on
Or Josh-
there.
Josh
and
Seaver.
Rush Probst is on there too.
Right.
I think.
Rush Probst was on that committee. I forgot. He might have been vice chairman, co-vice chairman, co-vice, whatever. But anyway.
We got it together though.
Yeah. So, y'all know Asheville High School is that old?
I didn't.
That's an insane stat.
Yeah, I would assume like the 1900s, just from the standpoint, or right before the 1900s, just from the standpoint of, the town itself was 200 years old now.
Yeah.
So I mean, it kind of falls in line.
The town's only 2 years younger than the state.
Yeah.
And the county's a year older than the state.
Yep.
But okay, so let's kind of talk about you've got both of you have kids in the school system, in the community. You live within the school district, both of you do.
Yes.
So it's not that y'all work here, you went to school here, you played football here. Y'all are both community members. Y'all both live here. You're both invested in the school.
Sure.
Yeah, I've never been nowhere. I was born here. Never been nowhere.
Me too. Right there with you. So what is the best and the worst thing about Asheville, in y'all's opinion? You can be completely honest.
I would say that the best thing has got to be the people.
That's a great answer, but and I
don't
hope
want you to think it's a cop out
well,
either.
and I that's what I don't want the audience to think.
No, it's not, because like
just specifically.
You go back to like I was talking about with our youth football days. You had great members of the community, and when you have kids in the school, you tend to be at the school more.
Yeah.
And we had great kids at the school with great parents at the time. And then, whenever I graduated, I didn't really get back into it until Mays got back into school or started school. So now I'm kind of back in it. So, I don't know if I'm great or not, as great as those folks, but if I'm, just a half of what they were, we'll be okay. But, the people, and the way that people tend to help each other and, make sure that everybody has what they actually need. You can pretty much go to anybody and ask for a donation. You can go to anybody and ask for a little help with, whatever, painting or cutting the grass or a pressure washer or whatever. And most anybody's willing to help. And even the kids, one thing that kind of gets lost in all this is how this particular generation of kids is different. Well, that might be so, but when you take a small town atmosphere like Asheville, the kids, for the most part, and the majority of the kids, they've been brought up a certain way, and it's still yes sir, no ma'am, please and thank you a lot of times with the kids these days. And that's something that you're not going to get at your big city schools and things like that. So to me, the people are the best thing.
Worst?
The worst thing is the people. No.
Call everybody out.
I think the worst thing about Asheville is we kind of get this we kind of get this redheaded stepchild thing with some of the bigger schools around. It's just Asheville, and a lot of people think that we can't because we're just Asheville. We are capable of doing just about anything that we really want to set our mind to, and the problem is what do we want to set our mind to? Because there's so much going on. Whenever I was in school, it was, you had your big three. We didn't really have a track program. We really didn't have the archery program. Baseball won a state championship right after I graduated. So, it was always the big three. Well, now it's you got the big three and then some. Like cross country's doing great. Track's doing great. Wrestling. We didn't have a wrestling team where I was in school. So, there's so much more to choose from. And, everybody's kind of stretched here and there. And, like, where does everything end up going? So, but yeah, it's really hard to pick a bad thing, but that would probably have to be it.
So, David, I don't know if you want to copy and paste on his answers or elaborate on his answers, but I mean, what do you think? I mean, you've lived here longer than both of us. You've been around. You have a different perspective.
Well, I think the positive and the best thing is just like everybody knows each other, and it's a small town. I like that. And then the negative is the growth. I mean, I want to we're good.
Yeah.
Don't get any bigger, because I'm just like Billy Wakefield. If you want to, if I want to go to Cracker Barrel, I mean, I can drive.
Right.
Yeah.
To Gaston.
Yeah.
And go to Cracker Barrel. Or if I need a Walmart, I can drive and go to Walmart.
Right.
We're good.
So when it comes to any opportunity I can take on this program to throw shade at Springville, I'm going to take the opportunity. So what you're saying is you don't want miles and miles of dead-end roads in suburbia where, you build 600 houses at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just random
Well, it's
people.
amazing how much it's grown just last 5 years.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's,
you don't want that growth.
No,
So
we're
is what
good.
you're
Right,
saying.
we're good.
Yeah.
We're good right now.
Well, it's still kind of neat to be able to go down the road and say, hey, there's some cows. Like, I don't know if you can really.
Sorry,
I don't know if you can actually do that.
I didn't think
Springfield.
cows were going to be brought up on today's episode. That's just
Well, I mean, the roundabout.
shocked my system.
And
the statue.
Yeah, the statue.
Yeah, I want there to still be hay fields.
Yeah.
I mean, I was driving the bus this evening and just admiring the hay that was being baled in all the fields. It was, and I was thinking, I even mentioned to some kids, I think this is probably going to be the last cutting of the year, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, what
was our crazy
I
bus
don't-
driver talking about?
Yeah, I don't need a subdivision out there. I like the hay field.
Yeah.
So I feel like y'all really hit it on the nail on the head. It's there's a family atmosphere. There's a family. So you were my teacher. You were his teacher. Now we're coworkers. But not only are we coworkers, but like we're friends. I get to see your daughters grow up. Like I get to see his son grow up. Like most of the kids now that I would say probably half the kids that come into my room every single day I've known before they ever got to my classroom.
Sure.
And I've known them since they were, knee high to a grasshopper.
You sure are old.
Is that how you say that?
You're like your soul is older than your actual years on this earth.
My soul, look, dude, I was listening to Rush today in class, and none of my kids knew who Rush was. It's like, oh,
It's terrible.
Tom Sawyer, come on, man. Which Limelight's my favorite song. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that. But I don't know, it's really cool. When I was teaching at Auburn High School, it's like I got in, it's like a farm or like a factory.
Yeah.
This period, the bell rings, a ton
Shove
of
'em
kids
out,
come
shove 'em
in.
back in.
And it's a completely different class because when you have 2,000 kids in a school with 3 grades,
Right.
none of them know each other. They're all in the same grade.
Yeah.
Like I only taught 11th grade history all day, but none of them knew each other.
Right.
Maybe one or two.
Right.
That's about it.
And to me that's crazy because
It's insane.
we graduated with a class of I think 65 maybe, and like I can almost tell you everybody's name in that class now. And I talked to one of our players, talked to his girlfriend who's like goes to Trustful, and it's like, do you know everybody in your class? She says, there's no way I know everybody in my class. There's 600 people in my class.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
That's so weird to me.
It really is.
But it's like, I mean, I went to, so that group of kids that I taught, I came back to Asheville. I didn't end up staying in Auburn, so I came back to Asheville. And then the next year, they were seniors. They graduated. So I went down to their graduation. Some of the kids that I taught invited me down there. And I recognized my kids that I taught, but then it's like, okay, there's 800 other kids in this class at this graduation. And I asked every single one of my kids that I talked to, I said, did you know who you were sitting by? None of them.
Yeah.
None of them knew the person that sat next to them.
That's
insane to think about. You're graduating with them and you don't know who they are.
No.
Like I had there were 76 of us that walked across the stage in 2014. And when my dad graduated 30 years prior from the same school, my dad graduated from Asheville High School in 1984. He graduated with 88.
really
He graduated with more people in 84 than I did in 2014.
that's crazy.
And how many did you graduate with?
How many was yours?
About 65.
That's a small class.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking ours was pretty small. I'm thinking about that
Yeah.
number too. 'Cause ours was a pretty small class.
Ours
too.
was small compared to the one that graduated before us. Class of 13 was like 108.
But we're the smartest class to ever graduate. That's why I said we were a small class. So
Mine was pretty smart.
Mine was pretty smart too. Justin H.
Well, you
Williams.
taught us. You would know.
Justin H. Williams.
Well, yeah.
He helps the look. I wasn't that bad. I graduated 8th in my class. Okay, so class of 9.
8 out of 9,
That's
baby.
right.
Not last. Not last. What's
better than 8 out of 7.
what's y'all's favorite memory from Asheville High School? This building, because all 3 of us went to school in this building. I mean, I've got one right off the bat that involves him that I'm gonna share.
I mean,
when
it's
y'all get
hard.
done.
It's hard for me personally and technically I wasn't in school at the time, but it's hard to top that. That baseball state championship.
Was it the one where you were rolling across the basketball court in a Nacho Libre luchador mask? No, that's not it. Okay.
Last year.
Oh, that was you.
That
when you
was
were,
not me.
That was you when you were 37 years old.
No,
Oh, okay.
that was not me. That was a very handsome man, beastly, bulging man. That was rotund. That was rolling across the
Sorry,
floor.
go ahead.
Like that win at Luverne was big. The basketball team was really good when we were here. So, of course, me being me, I'm up in the stands making a fool of myself just like I
Getting
do
all
now.
the attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's not even the attention. It's just fun to get the other team all riled up and there's a student over there. Well, now there's a parent over there. Like, why is he in the student section? So, I don't know. Like, it would have to definitely be sports related. I'm gonna go ahead and just say that it was probably the playoff win against Luverne for me personally. So that was a big night. We partied a lot after that. And by party, I mean we went to sleep on the bus going the way home for like a 3-hour trip home.
What about you?
I guess, just right off the top of my head, just Fridays, I guess. Athletics, playing football.
Yeah. It's
the
hard
only
to
thing
beat
that really
Friday
comes to
night
mind.
football
Yeah.
and Friday night basketball.
Looking
here.
forward to Fridays.
Yeah.
And playing. And then, of course, Tony Cluck, the last day of the year, with throwing stink bombs in the hall. That was pretty memorable.
Made of
Right
what?
I don't know.
I think you do. You just don't want to
I
share
don't
the
know.
recipe.
Milk chicken stink bombs.
I think they were
Forever and
store-bought.
clean.
What about his coaches? What are some of y'all's favorite memories?
Ooh. As a youth coach, we all know what that one is.
Hulk?
Yeah, hulking out. Yeah, hulking out.
You ripped a polo?
I still get kids. And now here's the thing: the kids
You ripped a polo.
I did. The kids that I taught or that I coached at that point are now 8th and 9th graders.
Yeah.
So like, there's some on the team now, and they just like, I will never forget that. They say to me all the time. And then I went to the youth park with Coach Shepard, and there were some kids that were still out there that still remembered it. And I was like, okay,
Yeah.
it's going to take 10 years for that to venture out before anybody really forgets it. So,
What about as a varsity coach?
as a varsity coach, my best moment was 2 years ago against Huntsville, where Dawson Welch gets a personal foul penalty.
Yeah.
Dawson Welch
Never expected that.
gets a personal foul penalty, and he is madder than a hornet. And I just look at him, and I just say something to him. I can't even remember exactly what I said to him. And he just looks at me like a crazy man and just starts laughing. And then it's like that was his demeanor the rest of the time.
Yeah.
But like you get in those situations in those games where everything's going right and you're beating an opponent like you felt like you should be beating an opponent, and then those starters come out, and those starters are the ones that you've probably spent the most time with.
Yeah.
And now you're spending time on the sidelines on a Friday night with the guys that you coach the most, and they're not having to play because they've done their job so well. So you get to kind of cut up with them on the sideline a little bit. It's not so energy. You don't need so much energy to like keep going and keep coaching. It's like, okay, we've done the job. We're gonna let the young kids go finish it up. We've done our job. Let's have some fun with this. Because in football, there's a lot of times you don't get to have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it is fun. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of times you don't get to necessarily have a whole lot of fun with the kids, and that to me is probably one of my favorite times, because you had Skylar Cross, you had Dawson Welch, you had Cody Fincher, like you had that group that was there. Money, Jeremiah, like they were all there. Those were my guys at that Layden, my guys at the time. And just being there on the sideline while the young guns go get there some meaningful snaps for them is probably the funnest I've had as a coach.
What about you?
Well, probably is playing probably against Sardis that year when we played them in the first round and almost beat them. They were number one. They were number one team in the state at that
Your
time.
senior year.
Yeah, my senior year. Almost beating them. Got beaten in the final 16 seconds. But as a coach, I've been a part of some pretty big wins here. We talked about that Springville game in '98. I think that was about the third or fourth game of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And we beat West Blockton that '92 season.
That was huge.
That was a huge win. Coming back, I think about 2 minutes left. We were down by 10 and come back and scored 2 touchdowns and beat them. But probably, I think that I was part of the biggest win in school history. 91 against Piedmont, the 7-3 year for the 12-2 year. I think that's. I don't know if there's ever been a bigger win than
that was
here.
you're saying that's the cornerstone moment that set up.
Yeah, I don't know.
up
I don't know if anybody could point to
92.
a bigger win because they had been when Coach Hobbsdale was there. They had been. I think that was their third straight season being undefeated, hadn't been beat, and they had some great athletes. And I know the Nation. The last names of those guys were Nation and Ball. I think that was those great running backs and stuff that they had. And they had this. Then they had a great defensive lineman. Probably, it's one of the best I've ever seen in high school. Their defensive lineman, and that's when Coach Bill Clark, he had left Asheville and went and coached with Hobbsdale over at Piedmont. And I mean, they were extremely, great team. And I think even that week, I think Coach Probst and Coach Clark were talking, and I think Coach Clark kind of even admitted that. I think Coach Probst said something like, "You know we can't beat y'all," and I think he kind of maybe alluded to, "Yeah, you're probably right," kind of like that. Can I say that?
Yeah.
Okay. But I think that happened. Do I need to say that?
No. I know what I would think if I have that conversation with another coach that I coached with that is now at another school.
Well, it kind of happened already for us this year, but
yeah, I think he kind of alluded to maybe that that Coach Probst was right, and then we upset them, beat them 7-2, and it was just crazy after the game. I mean,
you got threatened.
Yeah, we stuffed them. They didn't do much offensively.
And you were on that side of the ball. You were on defense,
Yeah,
correct?
defense. And my guys, they played a big part in that because they run that counter trap, and we stuffed it. They didn't get nothing on us. We gave them a safety at the end of the game.
Trap, counter trap.
And then that's just when it got crazy. It got crazy after the game because that good defensive lineman that they had. We had heard that he, I'm not going to say his name, but it was we had heard that he carried a pocket knife in his pants. And I guess that was kind of a big deal at that time. But our offensive line coach goes up to him and tells him at the end of the game, or after the game, that he had played a real good game. And he tells our offensive line coach that he asked him, he says, "Where'd you get them referees at, you fat MF?" And so our offensive line coach, who was a pretty big guy, Brownlee, some people may remember him, he gets in his face and just starts steamrolling that guy, that good defensive lineman they had. And I'm up against the fence after the game, and I see that going on, and I see the Piedmont team headed that way. I mean, it looks like it's fixing to be pretty bad because their head coach had, I think, grabbed a referee also while this was going on, complaining about the clock, that there needed to be more time on the clock, and the ref tells him, take your hands off of me. You're fixing to mess up. So that's going on. Our offensive line coach is in a fight with their defensive lineman. And it's fixing to be bad. Mr. Logan run out there and got those two apart, got everybody separated. But it was crazy. I think that was a big win. I think that's the biggest win we've ever had here at Asheville. I don't know if it would be a big one because then that catapulted us into that next year when we went to the semis.
So that would be your landmark memory.
Yeah.
I
think that's the biggest win we've ever had here. I can't point to another one that was bigger than that.
I had a moment 2 years ago, and it was when it was the last game of the season, senior night. It's here, and we won. We beat Weaver, sealed the deal, barely missed the playoffs. And it's just over. Like there's just like that sense of finality.
Yep.
That's okay. We don't have to grind our guts out anymore. But man, I really wish we were planning for next week. I really wish and with that group of seniors, it's like okay, that was my first group of seniors that I'd taught and coached all the way through.
Right.
And so I'm sitting there with one of them, with Fu, in the press box after the game, and we're just stadium lights are on, nobody's in the stadium, and it's just me and him sitting in the press box, and we just sat there and we just talked for an hour after the game. After the whole senior banquet thing, we went back up there, and it was just me and him, and we just kind of hung out and talked about like all the good times and the memories, and we talked about the game, talked about the season, talked about the previous seasons, talked about his future, and all that good stuff. And I don't think I will ever I don't really remember the specifics of the conversation, but I don't think I'll ever kind of forget the look on his face when he realized like it's over.
Yeah.
Like this is done.
Yeah.
And because his best sport was wrestling.
Mm.
His favorite sport was football.
Sure.
And he'll tell you that. And which is ironic because he's doing neither one of those in college right now. He's playing baseball in college. But anyway, and so, just, I don't know, just the look on his face as he kind of looked out at the field. Like, I just remember looking at the side of his face as he stared out at the field and just thinking, like, I'm so glad I'm not in his shoes right now, knowing what he's feeling.
Yeah.
But at the same time, to feel what he's feeling again would still be huge,
Well, you talk about best moments and worst moments, like, and this is a yearly occurrence. The worst moment for me is senior night.
When the clock strikes 0, I hate it.
Yeah.
But enjoying it with him later on that night, I do enjoy that.
Like, to me,
moment.
that is the worst moment because there's several factors that go into it. So it's either going to be you're either going to be home for your senior night and it's your very last game in that stadium, or you're away and you got 3 more to go, or 2 more to go, or even 1 more to go. Like, and there's just something about that. Like, it hits you. This is the last time I'm going to play in front of my fans, or the fans of Asheville,
my family,
the band, the school, the kid, the little kid. Because a lot of people, they don't make it to away games. That's just how it is. It takes a lot to travel, to get, a bunch of your kids together and then go. Then you got to worry about
it's
eating,
expensive,
and it's expensive. Like I get all that, and so it just kind of hits you. Hey, I just played in front of 1,500 people, maybe for the last time ever, and there's something about that, and the one thing, and this happened to me this year for game 1, the one thing I hate the worst is game 1. I hate game 1.
Yeah.
Because it brings me back. You thought I was going to have a heart attack.
I did.
Like, it brings me back to those playing days of like, I am amped up, ready to go, but I don't get to do anything. I just get to get.
Well, you're coaching.
You're right. Like I can't
playing.
Express that to those kids. Yeah. And then the senior class in game 1, you're like, you've only got 10. You're only guaranteed 10, and that's if you stay.
You wish you could, because you tell them that, and for most of them, you can tell it goes in one ear and out the other, and they don't have
until about
any
2
concept.
games left.
Yes, and then they realize, holy
man.
crap!
Like, I should have been trying this whole time. I was like, or we've not played till our senior year. And then immediately after the clock hits 0 in your very last game, like, man, I should have like 20 more of these games. I should have been playing 2 more seasons before this. And it's like, you try to tell, like, even now, like there's kids up there now that didn't play as a freshman that are playing now, and they're like, man, Friday nights is just different. It's not youth ball. It's not middle school ball. Friday nights is different. And like, I try to tell you guys this.
But here's another thing. It's not. It's and no shade or offense to any other sport out there. There's nothing like high school football on a Friday night. No. I would even argue it's not anything like college or professional football.
No.
And especially in a small town like ours,
no.
At a place like Asheville. And, the one thing about football, you can go play pickup basketball with your old teammates. You can go play pickup baseball, softball, volleyball.
And it's not a meaningful game, but it is a competitive game.
Yeah.
But you'll never, ever play football like you do on Friday nights.
No. And you might go play flag football with your buddies on a Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're not wearing your jersey.
No pads, no jersey.
There's not 1,500 people in the stands cheering you on.
There's no physical
contact. There's no band.
Yep.
You can go play semi-pro ball.
Yeah.
It's not. There's no band. There's no fans. There's no hometown crowd.
Yeah.
There's nothing. You can't go.
You can't capture that in a bottle.
It's the atmosphere. It's the essence of the sport. And when you try to explain that to kids and to even people, it's so hard to explain and to relay. And I was actually talking to Brian Mintz today, former head coach at Southside and at Raglan and Westbrook. And he actually took off a year. He retired from Raglan, retired from public school ball, took off a year and a half, actually, before he went back to coaching, he had to take care of his daughter, and but he said, I wish every single coach could take a year off
And just be away from it.
Because he said, because when you go back to it,
Yeah.
you appreciate it so much more. He said every Friday night after I came back, I made myself stop for 60 seconds and look around.
Yeah.
And
Take it all
I
in.
just took it in. He said I appreciated every little thing, even the bad stuff,
Yeah.
the annoying stuff. I appreciated every little thing when I came back, which helped me know when it was time to fully leave the game.
Right.
That much more. And I've never thought about it like that. That he said every coach halfway through their career, 10 to 15 years in their career, they just need to take a season off
Yeah.
and then come back, you know.
Well, it's the same thing like with the kids too. Jeremiah Monroe last year had an injury and was out for at least 2 weeks. And, he came back. It was a home game. It was a big game. And, like, right before the game, I come up to him, and he just started bawling like a baby. And he's like, I know now that I'm going to miss this because it was taken away.
Yeah.
And now I've got it back, but I've only got it for this long.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that's why you got to make it count. I said, you don't always get a second opportunity. Not everybody gets a second opportunity. You got one. Go make the most of it. And he played his heart out the rest of the season. It's just things like that. I mean, down blocking is down blocking, reach blocking is reach blocking.
Yeah.
But when you get to connect to those kids on that personal of a level, that's really what it's about for me. And 25-year-old Clint never would have said that.
Yeah.
25-year-old Clint's like, no, we got to run power. No, we got to run power. We got to block this. We got to do this. I ain't worried about the kids and relationship. Man, it's all about the relationships now.
And that's, what you said earlier about you'll never be a coordinator, never be a head coach. I don't think I will. I don't want that. I don't ever want that. I want to be the best daggum position coach on the planet, but not because I know every single in and out of my position group, but because I have relationships with my kids that are going to make them go out and do every single thing they need to win for the team.
Right.
And that's why I wake up every morning, man, and come to work. And it's, especially
and like when you see it click.
But here's the thing, it's our kids.
Yeah.
Like when his girls get up here,
Yeah.
like sure they're my students.
Right.
They may be my athletes as well,
Yeah.
and I've got to care about them for that reason. But like he's a really good friend of mine.
Sure.
And I'm going to care that much more because they're his kids.
Yeah.
So there's something extra to that when we were talking earlier about what makes Asheville so special. That recipe, that family, small town, that is what kicks me and I think a lot of other people into that extra gear.
Yeah. That
we maybe didn't know we had.
Yeah.
And I think that's special.
Well, not only that, like you coach and you coach and you coach and you're like, man, this kid's not going to get it. This kid's not going to get it. This kid's not going to get it. And then all of a sudden,
boom,
light bulb.
Yeah.
And he gets it or she gets it. And it's like, the thing you've been telling me 25 times in a row to understand.
Get your hips low, Dalton.
Now I understand.
Yeah.
Like, and it's
Parker.
Like, it clicks like, and this is why.
Yeah.
It's like, why am I always blocking down? I don't know why I'm blocking down. And all of a sudden you turn around, and there goes running back. It's like, that's why I'm blocking down.
Yeah.
Like, I understand it now.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. And let's I want to, before we end this thing, I want to acknowledge that.
Like the number of kids that don't know what counter is kills me. It's like
D-line coach, O-line coach.
Oh, goodness.
Two mortal enemies sitting across the table from one another. Both of them coached here. What's your favorite part about the game of football? Take kids aside. From the defensive side or the offensive side, what's your favorite part? It can be
I
play.
coached the offensive line, too.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, well.
My favorite part.
What's your favorite part of the game?
My favorite part of my position group in the game? Is that what you're asking?
It doesn't have to be. No, it can be any part about the game. Obviously, you're an O-line coach, so I'm sure you're going to come at it from an O-lineman's perspective.
I am.
But favorite part of the game of football?
I mean, it's got to be the competitive nature. But for me, like if you're asking me that question specifically, to me, it's two things. It's number one, putting a guy somewhere he doesn't want to go against his will. every single play. And him knowing there's nothing I can do because that cat is better than me. Or if I even think I'm better, he's better coached than I am. He's lower. He's quicker. He's in my hip. He's not on my chest. He's in my hip. I can't run without my hip. It's that and just imposing your will on somebody because that's what makes the offense like everybody like boo-boos on the offensive line. It's like, oh, they're not physical. Oh, they're too soft. Oh, I don't want to be an O lineman because it's a special group. It's a thankless position. And I had to tell the guys, like, look, you have to find your fun somewhere. And if your fun is going out there and you double team a guy to the showers, go have fun.
Yeah.
You know, if you're in pass protection, you ain't blocking anybody, turn your head 90 degrees and go earhole somebody. Like, find your fun in that and impose your will where they can't do anything about it. And that, to me, is the most fun. Because already this year, in the headset, we're running a play. One of our kids, right tackle, anybody listening to this will know who I'm talking about, has got a kid 20 yards on skates going down the field. And I love that.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing that kid could have done. The only thing he could have done was fail. And he wasn't smart enough to fall to not go down the field 20 yards.
What about you?
I like the violence. and the hitting. And, you know, when I understood that, like starting in 5th grade, that you're supposed to go, you know, try to kill that guy.
Yeah.
Right there. And I knew that just from watching, you know, football on TV. And I remember when I was growing up hearing Dick Butkus talk about that there was this movie called Hush Hush Sweet Charlotte. And he talked about watching that movie and
I'm sorry, go ahead.
He talked about watching that movie and this head gets cut off somehow and is rolling down these steps. And he got a charge out of that, and he wanted to do that on the football field. He actually wanted to rip somebody's head off,
literally.
So that's the way I played too.
Look, there's nothing wrong with that.
And I'm gonna rip somebody's head, and that's what frustrated me when I was coaching. Is like people that would not.
They didn't have that same mentality.
Yeah, that killer mentality. I mean, why are you out here?
Yeah.
You know, I played in the days too. You know, when you could crack back and pump. Peel back on somebody like on punt returns and stuff, and I kind of live for that. I mean, you got stickers for that.
Yeah.
You know, and that was great.
I think, and this is very like
standing over and pointing.
Yeah.
I'll be back next play.
This is very position specific, but whether it's whatever position group I'm coaching, when I see a kid in a game succeed at whatever their assignment is, just
there's no better feeling.
There's so many examples, but a specific example was when Nate Huckbay caught that fade ball or that corner ball from JB for that touchdown against Lincoln. He didn't do everything right that he was taught to do, but he did just enough right in a natural way to catch the ball. To release, run his route, catch the ball, get his hips right, ignore the defenders, and get into the end zone.
Yeah.
And when I tell you when he came off the field, and there's film somewhere out there, probably on Mickey Farmer's highlight video on his Facebook page, I hugged that kid. And it's just those little like that's what I live for. Those little moments like where I'm so proud, and I wish I could properly like convey it to that kid, to any kid that happens to. It happens in practice too.
Yeah.
Don't get me, it's not in just game situations. But when I can convey to that kid like how proud I am in that moment.
Yeah.
Like that, I don't know. That's just that lights a fire in me. And plus, when I see a really, really, really good block or a really good tackle that's like heard around the world, and it's one of those you go, ooh, that's pretty cool too. I love getting to watch that every Friday.
If you're not going after somebody, you're trying to make them quit the game.
Why are you playing?
Yeah, why are you here?
Well, gentlemen, thank you for being
on. And Northside
on.
Mountain had a terrible feel in 91 when we played.
Thank you for being on.
I bought 3 tractors from Alabama Tractor and 2 mowers and a rotary cutter and a finishing mower.
Wow.
If you need to go
see the folks at Alabama Tractor.
Exactly. If you need any lawn care or ag equipment, go ahead and talk to Alex Farmer. at Alabama Tractor. They do a great job of sponsoring Asheville athletics, and they do really care about what we do. It's not just like they throw money our way, but they do actually care. They are invested, so we do appreciate them for sponsoring this show as well as all of our student athletes at Asheville High School. Guys, thank you for being on, and thank you for coming on Dog Talk.
No problem.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
It's great.
Before we go home.
Enjoyed it.